Welcome everyone on this fine Thursday evening to another IVRL broadcast from the Summer Showdown. I'm your caster Etch today with a game between Notorious and Rome on two very fun maps, Bazaar and Hook, that we've got on the table today. Can't wait for this matchup. It's been an exciting couple weeks and we've got a couple more weeks in the Summer Showdown left. But before we get into the match, I want to have a moment to remember a member of the Onward community who we lost today. We lost Drunk Drummer, Ryan Drunk Drummer Montgomery, who was a valued part of Onward and one of its best snipers. Been a part of the league for many seasons on multiple teams. It's a real shame to have lost him today, and we all want to pay our respects to him, his family, his friends, his teammates, and a few Onward veterans wanted to do so by having a military send-off. So they did exactly that, and let's all have a moment to remember Ryan.
Sound off. Union.
Here.
Ranger.
Here.
Drunk Drummer. Brian, Drunk Drummer. Brian, Drunk Drummer, Montgomery. Shotgun, post.
Ryan, unaccounted for, sir.
Understood. Fall in.
Left base. Forward. March. Company hold. Present arms. Right face. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Left face. Ready. Aim. Fire. Ready. Aim. Fire. Ready? Aim. Fire. Ready? Right face. Present arms. Please.
Sound off.
If you can, folks, please do donate to the GoFundMe that has been set up for drunk drummer Ryan Montgomery's family. It's been amazing to see just in a few hours the goal has almost been halfway hit. So please do donate if you can, and if you can't, spread the word. We lost a valued member of the community today, and hopefully we can help his family at this time. And let's have a prayer for him and his family and his friends, of course, tonight. But without further ado, let's jump into the game that we're here for with Notorious and Rome, very close to the end of round one with Captain Timo, one of two members of Notorious left. One now. He's very close to the OBJ, though. 5 of Rome up. A flash comes out. Definitely going to catch him. He rotates out. Havoc is chasing for him, though. Timo's running after him. Timo runs after him, and they're going to trade, ending off the first round of Bazaar. Chat, do let me know how our audio levels are, how things sound. This is a little bit of a last-minute pickup, so things might be a little off tonight, but we'll get it done. Just me on the desk today, but we'll get it. We'll still bring the action to you. Let's talk about the rosters between these two teams really quickly. So, on the Notorious side, we've got Island Kara, General Chiggins, Mad Matt, Smoke You, Captain Timo. On the Rome side, we got Varix, Blitz, Havoc, Gladiator, and Masu. I haven't watched a lot of Notorious. I've seen them a little bit, but they're definitely a team that has, despite not being casted a lot, definitely has pulled off some really cool plays that I've seen. In that round, Rome had a really good shutdown, it looks like, with almost 5 members up at the end. But we are at that new Southeast OBJ. I like this one a lot, personally. I think it's tough to attack, and that makes it a fun OBJ to play. The attacks, I mean, you can have sort of a blitz attack sometimes, heavy west-east attack, or sometimes you have a surround and trickle kind of attack. Both can work with varying degrees of precision. But let's go ahead and take a look at how Rome are going to choose to attack this one.
Meso, you can type this in under a second right here.
Oh, you're right.
Guys,
Don't rush it, okay? Just play more careful.
I'm getting my spot and I'll hold it then, Glad.
Early shots ringing out from General Chiggins, who spotted them crossing. Interesting for Rome to actually choose to get across and get into the north away from OBJ, while 2 are right west of OBJ, probably listening for audio. On the Notorious side, you see Two kind of in the courtyard, one in the south, one in the north, and one flexing in the east. Island here, defender of any north entry. He's gonna protect from Havoc or Gladiator if they choose to make moves, and potentially defend also this side. So a key defender here we'll have to keep an eye on. Chicken's here for backup, who potentially can get refrags or anything of that nature, but not gonna be first line of attack. Mad Matt in a nice cross angle right as that where that smoke is, probably tossed by Varix. Utility flying out from smoke. A little early, no one's quite there yet, but better safe than sorry. Gladiator here gonna approach this cross angle here. It's a nice cross that Timo and Mad Matt have going on here. Timo about to spot Gladiator. He does, but just a second too late. Now he's trapped. Havoc that does find Island over on this side. Chicken's here coming for support. Might catch out Blitz. Yep, he catches out Blitz. Let's switch back over to this side. Captain Timo fighting with Varix. Hell's glad he got it. Mad with a quick frag onto him. Varix is not going to be hunting. Let's jump over here. Masu and Smoke U quickly pushing up. Nice 203 smoke. Blocks off Smoke U's vision. More smoke coming out right on that spot. Meanwhile, over here on the front side, Chiggins has rotated back forward. Smoke U gonna catch that frag onto Masu. Threat to OBJ neutralized, but the smoke is still there. Just two. Varix here gets spotted by Matt. Mad Matt putting out the rounds, but Varix swings outside. Gonna catch him. Peak AM, no challenge there. Chiggins now reinforcing the south. Oops. He might spot out Varix here. He does. No, Varix gonna spot him first. Chiggins rotates back off. Havoc, meanwhile, on the north side, slowly creeping in. Gonna have to deal with Smoke U. This is a tense 2v2 now. Ooh, nice use of a flashlight there. Smoke's got the tower. He might even have a C4 somewhere if he's running Specialist. Thing about this OBJ is you can get to this spot safely a lot of times. One of these two buildings and you're a stone's throw away, but getting out of here doing anything next is tough. Who's going to make the first noise here? Is it going to be Havoc or is it going to be Smoke? Well, Varix is opting now to rotate to that north side as well and support Havoc, so that could be good for them, or it could be bad. Smokey might find both. Havoc did make noise there. Smokey knows he's right below him. But it could be just enough distraction for Havoc to get her on the other side and find him. Eric's is now rotating to the east. Chicken's still in his spot. Havoc gonna support him in the east, looks like. Let's go over to that side and see how this attack is gonna happen. We've got not a lot of time. Minute on the clock. We're gonna have to make this approach from the east. But they're together here, so they can get a refrag. If they can get that first frag, they get that refrag, they coordinate. They have some hand signals there. Havoc clearing out this east corridor. Chiggins, though, waiting. Varric's gonna swing north now. Here comes the push. 28 seconds. Varric's right below Smoke. Ah, they're really making noise. Chicken's looking for Havoc, though. Spots him. He can't take the shot. He does take the shot. Varric's now going to look for the refrag. Smoke stays patient here. Varric's can't get Chiggins. Chiggins tosses a flash. Varric's going to rotate off now. Take a different approach. Smoke might catch him. Smoke doesn't catch him. Chiggins looks for him and finds it at a trade. Getting Notorious. Their first point. Great try from Varric's there. Great try. It was good back and forth from both teams. There were some good defensive positions, some good offensive attack frags, a lot of smokes. That final communication between Varric's and Havoc was great. They had the signals. They knew how to push. Varric's might have been maybe 5 seconds behind Havoc there to be able to get that refrag, but I mean, Varric's had a great final 1-2 punch there. Almost got the clutch. It was a trade, and Rome just gonna get that win on the trade, but good attempt nevertheless. With those beeps, let's jump back in to round number 3.
I thought we were gonna hang back for a little bit, get picks.
No. Once we get those
Oh,
picks,
yeah.
we're gonna bust in all of us at the same time.
Notorious are gonna bust in when they get the picks. It is key out objective, so
Go this way.
that makes sense. Get those first couple picks. Let's see what the Rome defensive setup is gonna look like. See 2 in the west, 1 all the way back north. 2 kind of close to OBJ, 1 on the front side, 1 on the back side. So the east looks quite weak, as we do see Havoc now rotating a bit there, but they're giving up the entire east courtyard. Interesting choice there, because that is going to be the brunt of this offensive attack. Timo, Chiggins, and Matt are all going to be pushing this east side with no real threat. Nothing to clear. It's going to be all empty for them, but then they've got to try to come out of that backside and deal with Havoc and Gladiator. Meanwhile, on the west side, we've got Island and Smoke You pushing the west side. Again, they're not going to deal with much until they have to cross Meso's line there. But common one at that, so perhaps they'll be prepared. We'll have to see. They'll probably be the first to get into any action. Smoke You very close to crossing that line now.
We need 40 seconds and we'll be pushing in.
Smoke You gonna cross it, and he gets taken down by Meso, but Meso can't get that confirm. Island knows now, gonna toss a smoke.
Window is watching us.
That's a good smoke.
Alright, you're good.
Oh, but Meso finds him through the smoke.
Still down. He tried to get me, but he got down.
And Meso's gonna come for this confirm now.
North.
Jump back over to this east side here and watch this push as it happens. Meso does get that confirm. Gladiator is going to be the threat here. That's the real problem for this Notorious Eastern front push. Oh, Gladiator's gonna cross at the wrong time. Chickens is there waiting for him. Got called over there, just not the right time for that. Now the north is open. That's a problem. As Rome does rotate and readjust to cover that weakness. Meso gonna rotate a bit. Havoc also rotates off of that. Blitz gonna find himself a Captain Timo on the balcony. 2 members of Notorious left versus 4 of Rome. Varric's gonna make that one of Notorious left. It's all up to chickens.
Yeah, okay.
Two minutes left. 4 members of Rome to get through. Gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a pick and roll situation. If you can get a couple of exposed, if you can get 2 picks, it's gonna force the rotations. Here's Havoc here. Havoc's got a tight angle through the window, so not gonna be easy. Eric's gonna swing and find him from the backside. I didn't even catch that. Good hold by Rome on a very tough objective in Kiat. Let's see how Notorious chooses to defend Kiat.
This is a total waste of time. Guys, I've got a black screen.
Uh-oh. Mad Matt with a black screen, but Rome are going to reset, so.
I can't see anything.
Looks like we are still having some technical difficulties from the Notorious side. And we are back. Quick little timeout there. Tech issues resolved.
Just hope he doesn't look for me in his spot.
I want to go in front of this box. Go in front of yours. We can watch each other.
Go take a look at what this Notorious defensive setup is going to look like. See one coming out to the front, one upstairs, two behind, one in the east. Notorious are going to choose to leave the west unchallenged. Chicken's going kind of far east over there. The brunt of this attack going to be coming from the west, so interesting. Very interesting. Early shots from Havoc as he spotted, I think it was Timo. They're going to make their entryway in the west pretty unchallenged. See another M203 smoke on Meso, so probably going to see a similar play of getting close to that approach angle and smoking that out. Got a lone attacker in the east and Gladiator as well. Chickens has rotated a little bit closer to that east side, so gonna leave that far east open. A very tight defense, really. I mean, this is a very tight defense from Notorious. They're playing it close to the hand. I don't know if it's gonna help if they get heavily smoked out. Frag flies out, gonna be a little far to hit smoke. Western front push is now happening. Blitz Meso. Coordinating here. Smoke you gets pretty smoked out there, it looks like. Timo tosses a flash down. A little early, actually. That smoke is not quite close enough. Havoc still providing overwatch at the apartments. 2 on the west side. Varric's far northwest. Gladiator kind of mid-east. That 203 smoke comes out, blinding OBJ. More smoke's rolling in. They are trying to create a smoke wall here. They're very close to doing so right now. Smokey rotating in quickly to try to cover that. Timo with a flash. Smokey sitting inside the smoke. Varric's though gonna find Chickens along with Gladiator. Meso and Timo gonna trade. Blitz on OBJ. He's trying to get this cap. I don't know if he can. Smokey finds him in the smoke. Now it's 3 left. Gladiator on the backside. Smokey playing guerrilla warfare in the smoke. Glad is right down here trying to pull the pad out, but Matt is going to find him. Barracks on the backside there, not too far away. Havoc also coming in. Smoke you going to take him out by Havoc. We've got to deal with Barracks, though. They know where Havoc is. They don't know where Barracks is, and now it's just one left, Matt, to defend. Matt gonna make a quick run downstairs. Probably check OBJ, but Barracks is being sneaky. If Havoc can just distract enough, it's not going to be good for Matt. Havoc is not quite watching yet. Matt gonna swing upstairs now. Eric's right there to find him.
Got him. Who's back here? Dude.
It was a good round from Rome. They had a clear plan of attack. I mean, Notorious were able to hold off potentially 2 or 3 cappers there to try to get in that smoke, but they kind of crumbled when they were at a 3-2. A lot of panic after the smoke had settled, which is, you know, fair because you just got smoked out. You don't even know. Probably don't even know you got those kills. But it was looking good for Notorious until Havoc and Varix kind of pinched him and were able to get the picks that they needed and leave it to a 1v2 advantage for them. And being last man up on Kiat is never a winning proposition, and it's very rarely. I mean, the stats would probably tell you that that's not one often. So it's a tough place to be, and not giving up a cap is a win for defense most of the time. So
Smooth motion? Nice. Yeah. That's what I picked.
let's jump back as we head to that East Tank objective. We have early angles from the defense as the offense actually takes the shots into Havoc. Timo gonna catch him. A hard Eastern push here. Varix and Mesa gonna have to defend against this. Chiggin's running down the middle of the street. No opposition. Matt gonna swing to that east side. Might get into contact with Mesa though. This is a hard, fast push here. Varix gonna find one. Matt takes shots for Mesa, but swings back out safely. Mesa gonna toss something. It's a little bit too high. 2 or 3 gonna come out. Mesa swinging out further. Matt is looking for him. Mesa gonna get that kill though.
Another one dead north.
Leaving just 3 of Notorious. Lots of smoke out. Gladiator though, defending this gap in the smoke. Doesn't catch smoke. Smoke you goes prone. Gets down there in the smoke. He gets across. He's on OBJ. Mesa looking for him. Mesa rushing in. A flash coming out. Smokey was still in there. They're just hiding in the smoke. Everybody's there. Smokey was still alive. Team kill happens. That was a quick response from Rome, but oh man, Smoke was in there for so long. Timo finds Blitz 2v2.
He's back north.
The panic is there. I wonder if they have any more smokes left. If they do, they could just continue that pressure. Timo finds Gladiator. Varric's gonna swing further. This is looking like a good round for Notorious, but Varrix brings it back, finds Timo. Kara knows where those shots were, but Kara trying to bait out some shots. Eric's now knows where Kara is, so best move would be to rotate probably, but Kara's not going to rotate, going to run out, get taken out by Varix. Oh man, that was a Notorious round through and through that they couldn't close. Varix with yet another great close and clutch. That was a great round for both sides. I mean, man, that smoke was so good, and Smoke you just sneaked in to that smoke wall, got an OBJ, spent like at least 30 seconds there. Meso and Smoke next door, you know, just touching backs. Team kill through the smoke. Crazy stuff. There's the smoke gaps. I mean, it is what it is in the new Onward. But Rome with a great job defending against that smoke cap there. Really good response. Let's jump back in.
Can I borrow one? I ran out of ammo last time.
Yeah, take that.
No, I already picked one up. Thank you.
I have a drum mag. You can take one. Let's go.
No, I like AP rounds.
I'm gonna see a far spawn for Rome here. They're gonna choose to kind of attack the middle and maybe go a little bit south. Let's go see this cross. Merrick's gonna find Smoke at the scaffolding. Quick frag. Matt trying to get a refrag here. Long shots. Not gonna land. While Meso taking shots towards, I think it might have been, I guess it was probably towards Matt. Blitz, though, gonna find himself a trade with Island. Quickly, we're in a 4v3 with Notorious on their back foot on game point here. Another 203 smoke comes out onto the tank. Not quite where it needs to be, but that smoke gonna support it as well. They're blinding that whole street to get across. Lots of smokes coming in. It's a good smoke wall they're generating here. Another one all the way in the west side as well.
Smoke's out.
Gets Varix across the street. Meanwhile, Meso, Gladiator are both here in the middle, and I think, where is their third? Havoc in the middle coming east as well. Chickens rotates out, gets into this little spot here. OBJ is clear. Those smokes were for the cross and not for OBJ. That flash, though, might have gotten Chickens. Heavy investment of a 203 plus 4 or 5 smokes. Meso and Matt gonna trade shots. So close to landing because we saw those lasers line up. Meso, though, gonna get taken out by Timo. Pulling it back, 3v3 now. Eric's, though, swinging on the south side. Timo, a great rotation here, defending it, but Chickens also spots him out. Chickens taking the shots. Now they know that he's there. Chickens, though, with not a lot of cover, has to rotate out a little bit. Meanwhile, the other two in Rome, great rotation to go northeast here, but Timo also rotated to now watch that. He might catch out Havoc. But not before Havoc finds Chickens. Some fantastic rotations in this round here. All the attention here is on this northeast side. Havoc gonna find another in Timo. Oh man, that was a crucial kill there. Now it's all up to Mad Matt. Once again, at a disadvantage. He's at the best spot he could be. Can't give up a cap here, but now they know where he is too. And he's trapped. Matt takes shots on to Havoc and does find that kill. More smokes roll out. He is Out of ammo. Gladiator on the backside, capping right out in the open. Not going to choose to use a smoke. Mad Matt taking a risky play, swinging out, but it doesn't matter. Gladiator's going to get this cap. Putting them up 6-1. Tough play for Matt there. Just couldn't react fast enough. But map 1 in the books. We're going to jump over to Hook. But before we do that, I'm going to put us in intermission as the teams rehost and sort out the lobbies. But we'll be back. Alrighty, folks, we are back with the Hook, Rome versus Notorious. Rome did take map 1, 6-1, finishing it off with a cap. But before we dive into map number 2, I do want to welcome a guest on the stream, surprise little guest from Sickness. How you doing, Sickness?
Hey, all things considered, man, not bad. It's a good evening to be watching some Onward.
This is a fun map. I like Hook. I like the original version. It's gotten better since then. But we've got this Southeast OBJ, a quick push from the Marsoc team that spawned in the cave, I think. We've got 2, 3, 4 members pretty much right outside that courtyard.
Yeah, and that tunnel is it's a good approach on the backside to the objective, but as the rule stands currently, you can't step your foot in the south side water, so the approach can be a little difficult getting up that south side.
Yeah, Timo there spots out Varix, takes him out. It's a great position he's in to defend anybody coming out of that hallway there. He might spot Blitz in another 10 seconds too. They're all kind of approaching from this angle here. Meso, though, is in a nice spot to potentially catch any rotations, but you won't need to do any.
Yeah, and you got to be careful to drop down to Meso's left there, as there is absolute no return back to the objective side without a really long walk around.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. A lot of Overwatch angles, but, I mean, this OBJ is surrounded by a couple nice buildings, so it's a lot of good cover. Jason P in an even higher spot, it looks like. Where is he? I guess there's a top floor there as well.
I feel like this map offers more verticality and level changes than potentially any other map that I've seen played competitively in Onward.
Oh, Meso and Timo are going to trade that. Meso's only down. That opens up that entryway. But Matt is going to rotate. No one there to catch him. I definitely agree with you. I think I like the verticality on this map. I remember the other Evo map, Seastorm, which is, I think that's the one that's got the most verticality. But I think this one's got a manageable level. It's pretty complex. As a map, I think it's pretty complex, but I don't think it's an unmanageable amount of complexity.
It's not unmanageable. It's just that if you have good map knowledge on this and you've spent time in free roam, there's some really interesting ledges and drop downs and things that you can make. It looks like Jason P is going to try to get the res on Masu, which is a big deal because I do believe he is Rome's fastest capper.
Yeah, and the problem is the angle that Chickens was holding is no longer defended. And I mean, if map 1 was any indication, we're gonna see Rome get through that, hallway and smoke out all of these angles, and it's gonna be a problem for Notorious at that point.
It's really difficult to defend any of the objectives that are that are indoors on the maps here, because most of them can be capped from inside the building, outside the building, and the floor above or below, depending on where it's located. So as defense, you really have to spread out and cut off the choke points, because standing inside the objective building and the one adjacent to it just really isn't an option.
Yeah, we've seen 6 smokes come out. Jason P catches one in the chaos. All of them have to rotate once those smokes come out, and literally, I mean, all Rome have to do is sit up here next to these cannons and just shoot them down is exactly what they're doing. 2 down. Notorious are still panicking.
Yeah, those smokes I don't think were intended to be the catalyst of movement or a push, is necessarily just getting the defenders to freak out. Island Kara goes down to Jason P. Havoc on the backside, pushing into the OBJ building, I think. Okay, the last defender's taken down. He's lucky that he got that kill on him. If I were Havoc, I'd have been radioing to my team, hold off, I'm going in.
Yeah, I mean, those smokes came in and the round was over. Like, Notorious lost eyesight of their angles. They lost control. And effectively, I mean, I think that all they did was sit there on with that verticality and pick off the guys rotating.
So me and my team just went through, obviously, as most teams do that play competitive games, and did a free roam on this. And yeah, we're really torn between about whether you fan out and, you know, find choke points further away, or if you just keep nice tight angles. But the problem is, because of the capability of the objectives, is that when the smokes come in, you're gonna panic. You don't have a lot of experience on the map, so you're not sure if a guy got by or if one of your guys looked away from his angle. You know what I mean? So, and that's exactly what happened. They threw those smokes with no intention of moving on to the objective. They got the defense frantic and then picked up, basically cleaned house.
Yeah, I mean, with the way Rome is playing, what I want to see from Notorious is a little bit more aggression and just kill them before they get those smokes out. Just like push a little bit further out. But I mean, the problem is, if you don't have the map knowledge, that's gonna be trouble, right? And you don't know the spawns probably at this point. And Rome has a little bit of an advantage here, because if they're starting on Marsoc, they get to see the Marsoc spawns, you know? So that is gonna definitely be a bit of an advantage, but we do get the same spawns here. Let's see what the attack is gonna look like, though. I mean, this could be early fight here between these two. See each other.
This is downfall, quick spawn, all over again, lower dumpster.
Yeah, and
why would you stand there and get killed?
I mean, we know that Varix and them saw them and were waving. I don't know if Notorious saw them. It's not necessarily the case, but here they do spot Jason, unable to get that kill, though. I think a C4 went out somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is.
I'll say this, with the way that the light's baked on this map, you can see the green light on a C4 in the shadow. I mean, it sticks out like a sore thumb. You'd have to be cold blind to not see it.
Yeah. So, from Notorious, it looks like we're seeing someone already wrapped around the entire map. Who is that? Chickens did a 360 and is approaching this way, but that angle is being watched by Blitz, and Blitz does take him out.
And there's a shark in the water. One of my teammates claimed that shark killed him when he got in the water in front of it.
Oh, no, it does kill you.
He said it killed him.
Oh,
is that
100%.
true?
Yeah.
I called BS on it because I came around the corner and I saw the shark and I couldn't keep up with it.
Oh no.
Oh, team?
Kara team kills Timo here at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it is very dark. It is hard to tell, but tough break for Notorious.
And the caster perspective doesn't do it justice. I mean, when
Yeah,
you step into
dark.
the shade as Marsoc, you are black. That is just as simple as it is.
Yeah, Matt's going to approach this way on the beach as well. He's going to see that dead body. I mean, what can he do? He can take this ramp, which is probably the smarter move. I don't know if he's going to do that, though.
The problem is, if he goes over that ramp and drops down to his right, it's a ways for him to get. He has to go to middle map in order to get back to the objective side. And I don't know if he knows that,
but he might catch Blitz as he's making this movement here.
Another laser trained over the top of him.
Yeah. Oh, he's about to spot Blitz. Yep, he takes that Blitz. Now that angle is open for him, so. But he's not gonna take it, and Meso, same spot again, and Eric's gonna find Kara out of the tunnel.
With 4 men up too, I mean, Rome are really rolling here. If you're Notorious, the series is lost. Even if you came back and put up 6 points on the board, you still lose the series. But you got to try to save some. You got to try to save some face, get some points on the board. If I'm the captain, I'm thinking, okay, guys, what can we do different here, to gain a little momentum back?
Yeah, I mean, winning a map is still helpful. Winning a map still gets you points in the standing. So they need to try to get a comeback here and win this, but they've got to change some stuff up here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like you said, I mean, they're playing, Rome has a couple guys, Gladiator and Masu, specifically, that are fast cappers. And after the performance that they put on against Global Chem, I mean, it's understandable to be cautious about the caps, especially since they just capped on Bazaar to close it off with a 6-point win there. But they are just playing very close. They're on defense. They're playing too close, and they're not getting any of the picks. And then the smokes are coming out, and that's just causing them to panic. I mean, they just can't get any picks early to force Rome into a tough position. And it's tough to play like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's jump back in as the next round is kicking off. We're going to switch over to this middle OBJ. Where's this guy? Right there. Okay, this is another tough one. Early possible engagement here is Meso swinging this corner. Smoke with a nice spot, but that smoke is going to block vision. Kara takes a high angle shutting down that exit there. Gonna go on a hunt.
His return to OBJ is gonna be. He's gone.
Yeah.
The problem with this objective for an offense is that on defense you can get so high so early that it doesn't matter where the offense spawns. You automatically have visibility within the first 5 seconds, anywhere on the map.
Yeah, those smokes again are an OBJ, but this time they're not panicking as much. I mean, in fact, it's kind of helping Smoke You here be safe from this angle from Havoc. So it is kind of helping them out, but Havoc gonna find Timo first. He might find Matt as well sitting up here on top. I mean, there's a lot of exposed angles, but Matt's gonna find Blitz.
On a trade.
Yeah, no one really close by to get that res. That attacker is on the other side, and Chickens is also down. I mean, Matt might go for that res. Maybe. Far.
With 4:30 on the clock, it's going to take... He'll be down to about a minute and a half by the time he rotates all the way around and picks up the res. It's doable. I would do it in this circumstance, but also we have caster knowledge.
It's also 2 reses, you know? I mean, they're both close by. You can get one and then get the other. I mean, you could turn this from a 1v2 to a 3v2.
So as the way that the rounds have gone so far, it has basically been Varix and Havoc that have been the last 2 guys alive in the later parts of the rounds, especially on Bazaar. So he's going to rotate back because those are the guys that play slow, and they're both going to be calling, come get us. Not that it's too far away because they have been clutching rounds at the end. Blitz not being one of them, but I think Havoc's the other one down.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Looks like he will get them both.
Oh, he's going to walk right by Blitz, though.
I don't think he can see. Blitz didn't even say it. Did he say anything? I didn't hear it.
But he's being watched by Matt. Oh, Matt's going to drop off right as he goes for this res. Now there's 2. Matt now going to look.
And Chickens is probably going to let him know that at least one of the reses came out here.
Yeah.
And he's going to get knifed.
Both reses, it's all up to Smoke now. 1v3. That turned around quickly with those reses.
And I was about a minute off on the counter there. He's got a lot more time than I thought.
But the whole attack is coming from this side, so Smoke is in a good spot here, but taking out 3 is going to be tough. Going to rotate, though. He might get caught on this rotation. He does get spotted, and yep, Jason's gonna take him out.
Yeah. With a 3-man stack like that, I mean, you'd have to catch them all running in a straight line. I think their thinking was, get refrag. I don't know if they had an accurate kill count, but... Well, clearly they didn't have an accurate kill count, or they would have tried to push to get closer, thinking if they knew it was only 1 guy left.
Hopefully our sound levels are all good. I don't know if you're low or too loud. It sounds good to me, but chat, let us know if Sickness isn't loud enough.
That would be the first time in my entire life that I'd ever heard that.
Yeah, who needs gain when you just have a loud voice?
Yeah. Nasally and obnoxious are a couple other adjectives to describe it.
Yeah. I like this map, man. I gotta say, I know there's some problems with it. It's not perfect, but I think the problems are fixable. I think it plays interestingly. I think some spawns need tweaking, but I like a lot of things about it.
As small as this map is, it doesn't look small on paper, but when you run end to end, in as straight a line as you can, it's small.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say it's probably classified as a medium, but you can get from end to end pretty quickly. And I feel like I don't know how possible it is with, performance and everything to open up some more of the buildings, but this map is it is so versatile. I think if the lighting wasn't so severe in some of the situations, it would probably be a little more balanced, but, it's just a really aesthetically pleasing map, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, no doubt it's very, very pretty and interesting, but we're going to see the same spawns, early lines, shots coming out for the offense, though. Blitz taking that same angle, but nobody from the defense is there. Mesa going to find Timo, though, first. Blitz somehow survives that entire run there, still alive and surviving. Going to find the backside of one. Might find a second. Nope, Chicken's going to refrag that. Quick action.
I mean, what were we? 5-7 seconds in, and there was already shots fired.
Yeah. Havoc gonna find Island. Varric's gonna find Matt, and it's over. 40 seconds in. All 4 up on Rome.
Wow. So let that be a lesson to teams that are about to play this week that have not played yet. You got to hide your spawn. You got to hide your spawn, and you got to get head glitchy angles to check the verticality before you move up, because the defense gets elevated quickly, and you think that you've got cover moving up, but you don't, because there are 4 stories in the air looking down, and it happens in seconds. So just take a note. Note, hide your spawn.
That round, right, I felt like Notorious took some nice spots. They weren't exposed. Like, they got into good early spots to prevent the defense from getting to where they are gonna get. They just couldn't get the kills. Like, they were shooting at Blitz on the entire run through this building, and they couldn't get him. He got past him, got behind the other attackers. I mean, it just felt like they were prepared, but they just couldn't execute on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it is a first-person shooter, right? So if you're not hitting the shots that you're shooting, then it doesn't matter what you do tactically or otherwise. Theory and application need to come together to win matches, and when application isn't working, then it's just a rough day overall.
Yeah, sometimes that's just how it goes. Some days you just can't hit your shots, and tough. I mean, hopefully your whole team doesn't face it. It's okay if you have 1 or 2 guys who are on weak days and everybody else makes up for it, but let's see. 4-0. Can Notorious get a couple points here?
They're very capable. They're a solid team. They have a better spread, it looks like, on their defense this time. Chickens is in a super interesting spot. Nobody's going to see him until they are right on top of him, and he does have good coverage on this. What is this? The east side. So I think it looks a little better for them. We'll just see where the first contact comes from and see if they can hold it.
It's really going to come down to like their last 2 or 3 players. They just haven't been able to close at that point, I think. If they can do that, they can get this round here. Chicken's going to find that first pick. And I don't think Rome knows where that came from. Smoke going to find a second. It's looking good for them now.
Mm-hmm. Really fast fingers, though. So if he's able to sneak himself in there, it could be ugly. But I think that their coverage is excellent on that. He would have to go past 3 guys and into the open to get to OBJ. So I don't think we're going to see that come. And now they know where Varrix is as well.
And the far smoke doesn't land. The close smoke also not going to land. Varrix and Chicken's going to trade. That's a win for Notorious right now. Chickens, I mean, that Overwatch, from that spot, really good.
If I were Chickens, I'd be screaming at the nearest player, come res me, because Varrix is going to get revived here within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Chickens will call it, but I don't think they're going to get a res. Looks like Timo might try to rotate. This could be just exactly the wrong time for him to rotate, though, if Eric's gets up here.
Yeah. Jason is going a long way to get to Varric, so Timo might get this res first. I don't know who's going to... I mean, Jason was close enough to just get him, but I think he got lost, maybe? I don't know what happened there, but Timo, though... Ooh.
Oh, this Chickens Overwatch should really help out. I don't think Jason knows how to get into the building.
Yeah, I think Jason's lost. Oh, he's gonna walk in this open here, and he might spot Timo, though. I don't know who's gonna spot who. Oh, he doesn't spot him. Timo rotates off.
Bad timing-itis. It's a thing.
Oh, but Jason's
That's a technical term.
He's not inside still. He's still looking for the way inside. Now he's inside.
Well, you got it.
I think Timo is also lost. But
yeah,
he's
and
gonna...
I didn't hear Chickens call out the res either.
Yeah, but... Oh, man, Timo. Double flash. Tried to save it, but couldn't. Oh, that's a good one, though. He's gonna catch Varix, I think.
Nah. Too far.
Maybe too far. Maybe too far, yeah. But, I mean, Chickens is directing this whole play from afar. Timo just needs to... Oh, he misses Varix by the nick.
He is that is excellent
man.
coverage from his teammate.
That is a turning point right there. And meanwhile, there's a lot of smoke on OBJ. Island trying to defend here. Meso knows where Island is. Spots that rotation. Takes him out, leaving just Matt alone. Meso is on OBJ, but Matt's gonna find him. Jason and Varix know exactly where he is there. They've got him pinched. Jason coming around the other side. Gonna find Matt, but not before Matt finds Varix. Oh, you almost got another one. Oh.
I was so stressed out. I was so stressed out at the end of that because you know he could hear Jason coming, but he engaged the right guy first, but he didn't swing quick enough. He almost pulled it off. That would have been an incredible 3v1 clutch.
Yeah, that was 3v1. Wow. But man, yet again, I really felt like Notorious had that round until the end. They just couldn't. I mean, the reses obviously were a killer. Like the lack of resing on Notorious and the resing on Rome. But like the final couple kills, Smoke, I mean, played a part again, but I thought Notorious was gonna take that one.
I mean, it looked like it, but then as it boiled down, I mean, it's what was it, 3-3, and then it swung really quickly to 3-1, and then it turned back to a 1v1, and then it was just boiled down to a trade, you know.
Yeah.
I would say keep your money in your pocket. Don't buy a lottery ticket this week.
Yeah, just so many, close. Close kills. Like there were just so many times that Rome kind of got away from dying by like milliseconds. Just not one of those days for Notorious, but hey, happens to all of us.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does.
Well,
we were in the wildcard tournament and got mopped up by Aero 4. We were doing so well, and then we came up against the top 10 team and just got mopped. I mean, it just happens to the best of everybody.
Yeah, it's how it goes. I mean, it's part of the game of how hot you are, how warm you are. All those things matter, and I mean, hey, this format plays a part in that too. It's not the traditional format. Notorious don't get a third map here. Every round matters more. It's kind of an odd scoreline to see here, 6-1, 5-0, but it's a result of that new format. And personally, I've had a lot of fun with the format.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of takes a little pressure off in some instances and puts a little more on. I think the fact that we have a rotating pool of maps that a lot of people have not played in a competitive fashion, but we think might be ready for competitive gameplay has thrown some people off. You get a new pool every week, so you don't. have a lot of time to necessarily plan on one, but on the plus side, there's no variable, right? You know what you're going to play. So you can really pump all of your time into that. In fact, when we set up scrims during this tournament, our kind of precondition to setting one up is, we will only play under IVRL format, and we want to play the maps for this week so we can get the most out of it.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Teams are doing that, and I think that's good for custom maps in general, because when you've got it picked out ahead of time, people are prepping for just one custom a week. It's easy, it's not as hard. Just one scrim is enough many times to get a feel for the map, get a feel for the spawns, just mentally prepare yourself. I think it's good for custom maps in general to see people putting in that time. And I have a love-hate relationship with that third map. Like, I miss the third map decider. Like, I do miss it. But at the same time, it's like the matches are quicker. Like this one, hour and 15 minutes in, it's over. It's kind of nice. You're not too tired. You can do multiple matches in a week if you wanted to. I don't know. So I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Yeah, I think it's. I think if you ask some people, you'll get varying. Depending on who you ask, you'll get varying answers on the format. But I think for the sake of what we're doing with the tournament and kind of testing things out and all that, I think it's just good to always be open to change so that the experience doesn't feel stale, so that we can give map makers a volume of feedback on their on the content that they've created for Onward, which I think is the kind of the key point of holding the different maps, right? Like we want to be able to have detailed information to give. This, this objective doesn't work, these spawns don't work, so on and so forth. And so that finally when the workshop is back up and running, that, these guys will be able to implement a bunch of changes that have been recommended to them throughout this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of that, if people do have feedback, do hop in our Discord and go to the custom feedback channel and throw it in there. I know Evo, the map maker for this map, is eager to hear about feedback, and while he may not be able to fix it immediately due to a workshop bug, I know that some of these map makers do want to fix it, and they want to see their maps being played competitively. I think a lot of them, this map, they take a lot of time to make, and especially when league players are making maps, like they want to see them being played competitively, because that is where the fun is. That's when teams put a lot of time to stratting and discovering all the secrets of a map, So do share your feedback. It will be heard. It will be applied. I think it's a really important part of what we're doing here.
Agreed.
But that's going to be the end of the show for us. This was week 3, Notorious versus Rome. Rome gonna take it in dominant fashion, winning Bazaar 6-1, Hook 5-0. I was your caster Etch. Joined by me for map 2 was a special guest in Sickness. Any last words, Sickness?
No, just join the Discord if you're not in it. Make sure that you're taking advantage of this time that we're giving you to offer us a lot of feedback, because like we said, it's by the players for the players, and that doesn't really help anybody if we don't get feedback from you. So feel free to let us know how you feel, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Alrighty, folks, we've got some great matchups for the rest of the week. Hopefully, we will get more of those casted as we ramp up our casting side. If you're interested in casting, do send us a note, send us an application. I'm also looking to do guests on the cast, just to have more people involved, and whether it's for a map, whether it's for a couple rounds, maybe intermission. I want to just hear from more players and hear about what your thoughts are on the game, what you're seeing, etc. So if you're interested in being a guest, shoot me a message as well. We'll see if we can't work something out. But that's going to be it for us. Till next time, I was your caster Etch. Sickness on the other side joined with me. And this was week 3 of the Summer Showdown. Good night, everyone.